Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I'm going to do a live tonight on the 10 principles of success. So, I'm sharing it right now in this other group that I'm in called The Village. And it's what we use to help people. So, since nobody's on yet, I can do it. If you hear a lot of dings tonight, I apologize. We've created a new group, and we've got a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of information being shared between people, and I'm suddenly the adder of people into the group. So, I will apologize in advance for the background dinging. And I'm going to apologize for coming on late because let me tell you what's going on. I tore my shoulder today messing around with Layla, and James didn't get home from practice till almost 9 o'clock. But the kids were in bed on time. So, I have to turn my laptop because it's going to distract me. So let's talk about the 10 principles of success. And I have adopted these principles from someone who knows way more than I do, and is absolutely a brilliant human being. Her name's Lindsay Colomb. So let's get into it. Number 1, you are the only person who is responsible for your success. So let's break that down for a second. It's not so-and-so's fault. It's not whatever. It's you. You are the only person who's responsible. That's rule number 1. Once you get that, you'll now understand that you're always in control. Even when things feel like they're going bat junk crazy and they're not in control, you control your reactions, you control your responses, you control how you'll deal with that out of control situation. So rule number 1, you are the only person who is responsible for your success. You're in control of your success. Even when there are factors that are being thrown in your way, those are just obstacles. You're still in control of your own success. Rule number 2, or principle number 2, it's not rule. Do not reinvent the wheel. So this live is actually the principles I got from someone else. She got it from somewhere else. We take that information, we turn it into our own, and we share it. Then someone will take it, they will learn from it, and then they will turn around and apply it, or they'll turn around and share it, right? Makes sense. You don't have to come up with something nobody has ever seen before. For what? Somebody already invented the wheel. What, do you want to make it square? That's not going to work. And you want to make it with little spikes on it? Yeah, they've done that too. So don't reinvent the wheel. Take it and adapt it into yourself. You can have 2 lives that are about the exact same information on the exact same script, okay? And they're still going to be different because you're not the other person. That's where it's you. You put you into your stuff. And it will be unique to you no matter what. Even if it's information that we have read, we have been taught in school. Every teacher is different, right? But they all are teaching off the same book. Same kind of theory. So you don't have to reinvent it. You learn from great people, like I'm doing now. I've learned from someone that I hold way up on this pedestal, even though she tells us not to hold her up there. But I look to her for information because she is in a position that I aspire to be in, right? Just like Erica is in a position that I aspire to be in. So I look for these people, and I get information on them. She's not in my upline. This is not a woman that I report to. She's got nothing. There's 5 miles between us. I just like her teachings. And I take them and I apply them to my life, which then in turn is my business, because my life is my business. My business is part of my life. And I take what she teaches, I absorb it, I put my spin on it, and I create my own thing with it, right? So that's number 2. Number 3. Sorry, I don't have fancy, pretty nails. I just... Mom life, man. Number 3. There's no progress without action. So when I was on bed rest, I didn't do a lot of anything. Doing a lot of nothing means nothing got done. So yes, in some cases there's a residual income and things like that, but if you're not performing actions for your business, for your life, nothing is going to get done. So there's no progress without action. Write down your ideas as they happen. Carry a notebook. Carry it with you. Carry the notebook. Write things down as they're happening, and then take those actions. Don't just write it down. I mean, writing it down is an action. But if you're like, hey, on Monday, I'm going to go to the post office and I'm going to mail out thank you letters to everybody. Then on Monday, make sure you mail out the thank you letters. If you couldn't do it Monday, do it Tuesday. It's okay to delay it today, but there is no progress if you're not completing an action. And when you have a success, write that down because you don't want to forget it later. You also want to know what you did to get to that success. So if you write it down as that success happens, now this is all part of number 3, the no progress without action. If you write down your ideas, you take your actions and you write down your successes as they happen, you'll know how you achieve that success. So if you need to redo that, if you need to copy it, if you need to alter it to create a new success, because remember, we're not reinventing the wheel, number 2, right? Then you'll have it there. You'll have it somewhere that you can access it and you can really work it in. All right, number 4. Persistence always wins. Always. Dedication, determination, and discipline. You have to be persistent. If you're not persistent, you're not going to get there. Like, you have to be focused. You have to be determined. You have to be in your zone. You have to be there, and everyone needs to know you're there. So if you're in your traditional job, let's not even talk about direct sales for a second. If you're in a traditional job and you want that raise, you want that bonus, you want that managerial spot, you want that next director position, if you're not persistent about your goals, if you're not in there, if you're not performing, if you're not doing the actions that you need to do, you're not going to get that. Nobody's going to see you. They're going to pass over you. It's going to be like, same thing as in your own business. Persistence always, always, always wins. No matter what. It may take a while. This is true. But it always wins. Nothing worth having comes easy. Think about it. Even children. It's like 30 seconds of, yay, fun. 9 months of holy crap, and some of it could be easy, but then there's a lot that's not. And then you have the end push, which is like, why did we do this to begin with? And there you have this beautiful baby, and it's worth having, right? And look at what you had to do to get to it, or how much it cost you. My God, do you know the cost of delivering a baby? I can tell you, we're still paying off Layla's. Forget about Archer's. But my point is, number 4. Persistence. And part of persistence is dedication, determination, and discipline. Number 5, focus is everything. Don't multitask your business. Don't multitask at work. We are a society that has been driven to multitask. Take 10 minutes or 20, however, allot yourself a time, okay? And focus on one task at a time. That will get you more success. And we can talk about that in another live called Power Hour. But if you take that time and focus, you will get 2 to 3 times more done than you ever would any other time. And also, if you need to, just set a timer. Like, seriously, set a timer. If you're like, I'm going to do 10 minutes of blah, blah, blah. No TV, no music, no distractions. Set your timer for 10 minutes and do your blah, blah, blah. And then move on to the next task. You will get way more blah, blah, blah done in that 10 minutes than you would have on a normal day in an hour. Seriously. Think about it. Like when I do laundry, if I go downstairs by myself without my phone, without the distractions, without talking to anybody, I can get the whole thing folded in less than 3 minutes. And we got a lot of laundry. 5 minutes on a super low day. So Just keep that in mind. If you focus, you get more done. When you get your brain to go to one thing, it makes it easier to work through it because you have nothing else that your brain is worried about. Number 6, and a lot of you don't like this, but failure is necessary. Seriously, you will fail in life at something. Everyone does. It's necessary for you to grow. You can't grow without failure because you don't understand where you need to grow from. Does that make sense? If you don't fail, you won't know how to grow from there. So failure is necessary. Now, I'm not saying go look to fail. You will find somewhere that you will not be perfect at, and that's okay. It is okay to have that failure in that aspect, but you look forward to the challenges that it brings you, and those challenges help you grow mentally, emotionally,